Now, the biggest news that we are tracking right now comes in from Tamil Nadu. A fresh political row has erupted in Tamil Nadu after DMK MP Kanimoy Somu's remarks on Hindi-speaking migrant workers drew sharp criticism. Speaking at a recent public event, Kanimoy Somu said that children in Tamil households today were progressing globally because they studied Tamil and English. She contrasted this with Hindi-speaking migrants arriving in Tamil Nadu, claiming that 10,000 people are coming every day and that many of them were engaged in selling ganja or running pani puri stalls. She also said that she did not wish to belittle any profession, but added that Tamil students, after crossing the seas, were becoming scientists, doctors, engineers, and working in global firms such as Google in what she described as the state's educational progress. Joining us right now on the broadcast to discuss this further is Khushbu Sundar, who is the Vice President of BJP Tamil Nadu. Thank you so much, ma'am, for speaking to NewsX. We appreciate your time. And when we are looking at this sort of political remarks, ma'am, just 1 month before the polls, this is blatant stigmatization of working class people. This is spewing hatred against a section of the society, ma'am. What are your observations regarding this?
Hi, I completely agree with this because the kind of comments that have been made by DMK MP Kanimori, I think this is not new to us in Tamil Nadu. Prior to this, we have seen many ministers speaking, whether it was Ponmudi demeaning and degrading the women, speaking in the most obscene manner about women. Prior to this, we have seen how Mr. Paneerselvam has spoken about the same migrant workers, calling them Panipuri walas, somebody who's supplying ganjas, and they're only fit to do very odd jobs in the state. And I don't know, DMK has been hell-bent upon bringing this divide and disrupting the harmony of the unity of the people of Tamil Nadu. And we have been observing that when it comes to DMK, all they want is a divide in between the people. When they say that there's a Hindi imposition, please tell me one political party leader from DMK who does not aspire to be in Delhi, who does not aspire to be in the parliament or hold some kind of a ministerial position at the center, and yet say that I'm not going to speak Hindi. Including Kanimori herself, including Kanimori Somu herself, they all speak Hindi, and every educational institution that is run by DMK members has compulsory Hindi as a second language. So what are they trying to tell the people here?
Absolutely, ma'am, and this seems like an attempt by the party, because like you mentioned, this is not an isolated statement. We are seeing the DMK leadership in fact make such statements, be it pani puri sellers or making statements against the migrant workers. Do you see them in fact creating some sort of narrative just before the polls, this divide that they are doing, a local vote bank that they are trying to create or trying to attract?
See, when we have been trying to unite people, we have been trying to say that it does not matter which community, caste, religion you belong to, you all belong to one soil, one nation, and that is India. Take pride in saying that. But very unfortunately, you have a political party in Tamil Nadu, the ruling political party, who are very clear that the upcoming elections are going to make sure that the doors are shut on them. They're going to lose it, and that is what even the I think prior report says that there's a lot of anti-incumbency against the DMK, and they have been trying to bring this divide, telling people directly, indirectly, that it's only Tamil which matters. And if they are going to say it's only Tamil that matters, then I think why don't you follow our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, who has been from day one talking about Tamil Nadu and Tamil language, saying that this is one language which has been ruling all over the world, and it's the oldest language of the universe. So why don't they follow that? Why is it when during the time of election they want to bring in this divide about the Hindi and non-Hindi belt? It's very unfortunate that you have the learned people, or should I call them ignorant or blissfully ignorant, or Probably they go into this Gajini mode where during the election time they forget everything. They have this very partial and selective amnesia and say that bring this divide about the people. So it's very unfortunate that we have these kind of people still who do not accept inclusivity, who do not accept harmony, who do not accept unity.
Absolutely, ma'am. And in fact, when we talk about, it's just not about the Hindi Tamil divide, it's also about dividing people. These migrant workers who they try to, in fact, deliberately vilify, they categorize them as, some sort of criminals. These form the backbone of the nation, ma'am. These are the working class people who contribute to the country's economy as well. But here we have, leaders targeting them. This seems to be reaching a deliberate and a very dangerous tipping point, ma'am. How do we go forward from this?
I think the only way forward is to teach them a lesson in this upcoming election, and that is what I would like to urge my people of Tamil Nadu, that when you're voting, please think that we don't want this divide. We don't want this divide. The DMK do not understand when they talk about the kind of when they say that we have been succeeding in bringing people and investing in Tamil Nadu. Do they understand that most of the people who have been working, or even the infrastructure building what you're talking about, where the government of India has been investing so much in Tamil Nadu, whether the national highways or the universities or whatever we have been doing, it are these migrant workers who play a very, very vital role in the infrastructure growth of the state. Yet you have a political party, the ruling political party of DMK, who calls them ganja peddlers, who tells the people that they are fit only to sell pani puris, or they are just fit to do any kind of odd jobs, but not be at par or equality with us. But I would like to remind them that the most of the IS, IPS, and IFS officers, or the collectors, what we talk about, the most intellect crowd of India, they come from Bihar. They need to understand that, which I think they are completely ignorant about it. They do not even understand the most educated clan of the IFS and IPS and all the other IS officers, what we talk about, they are Biharis. So what are they trying to say? That people, the 10,000 people who walk into Tamil Nadu every day, they are the ganja peddlers, or they are the ones who are trying to bring this divide, or they're just fit to do all kinds of odd jobs, but not to be at par with any one of us, or with the DMKs who think that they are way beyond, and where they have these two extra horns on their heads, and they are superior to everybody else.
Absolutely, ma'am. And before I let you go, ma'am, do you believe that such kind of divisive politics and such kind of hateful, comments or remarks, do they have a place, first of all, in politics? And do you think that this will be successful in these elections?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I'm very confident that my state has very intellect and very kind of people who believe in unity and harmony, and we have been. And I'm the biggest example for that. Born and bred in Mumbai, I came to Chennai 40 years ago, and here I am, living with absolute happiness and peace of mind in Tamil Nadu. I don't think that I would have been so happy in any other state but Tamil Nadu. So I'm proud of that. I belong to Tamil Nadu, and I'm proud of my state of Tamil Nadu. But very unfortunately, we have these kind of political parties and few leaders from that political parties who truly believe that you need to bring in this divide, and they always want to put Tamil Nadu aside, away from the rest of the country, and say that it's a separate state, it's not part of Tamil Nadu. And this is the divide which is absolutely dangerous for the next generation to come, because when we talk about unity, when we talk about harmony, when we talk about the diversity and the rich culture and heritage what we have from in our country, you have such kind of people who believe in divisive politics and who believe in a very divisive atmosphere in the society we live in.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, ma'am, for speaking to NewsX and taking out your time. We appreciate it.